Itos Kelly and Obrigado Joao. Actually, I was supposed to introduce Kelly, and I was going to say about the SMO that the main job of the SMO is make my job easier, which is what I really like from them. So while preparing this workshop, I was thinking who you are and what you are looking for, because I've been also there. And then I imagined that I was working before at the public institution, at the Publications Office of the European Commission. And there we were concerned about preserving the data, indeed the publications of the European Union, and in this case, the European law. So the law that makes us what we are now, what we are here today. All the law is to be preserved, and if I remember well the law which defined for how long it had to be preserved, it is forever. So it doesn't say for how long, so it is supposed to be forever. When you are working in a public or international organization, whether it is small like a town hall archive, or it is big like, I don't know, the European Commission archives or the national archives, you are also looking for trusting the data and getting the people trust your data, because you have to provide evidences that the data that you have is correct, hasn't been transformed or modified in any way. So those are the two aspects that you would be mainly looking for. Also, if you work in a big company or in a small or medium company, you would be looking mainly not at those aspects, but mainly at being able to use your data at any time, in any format, and probably looking for the best cost quality ratio of software hosting, etc. So you would be willing to move the data around whenever you need to, and to use the data on the go. And those would be the aspects of eArchiving, of digital preservation, that you would be looking forward to. On the other side, if you are a software provider or a service provider or a hosting company, your interests would be those of your clients, of course. And you can keep the clients as long as they trust their data. So if I am a client, whether from a public institution or from a company, I will believe in the software or in the hosting as long as I believe in my data is secure and is preserved correctly. Now, if you're a service provider and you're still thinking on the model, on the business model of blocking your users to go away, so to keep them with you because you are obliging them, because you know the vendor lock-in, then think twice, because sure, they will stay with you, but probably they will not be very happy on the long go, and that will not last for long, because they will start talking badly about you, and probably they will want to move away and not to go back. So allowing easy migrations would be another aspect. If we sum up these aspects, so those would be preserving, migrating, reusing, and trusting the data. Those are the aspects that I think every person in this room would be interested in. And in the next slides, what I'm going to show is that even if you think that you are interested in only in one or two of them, I think we are all affected by them. So for example, in preserving, that is the question that I already said. How long do you think that you have to keep your data? Do you want to keep your data, even your personal data? Have you ever thought, how long do you want to keep your holidays, pictures, all your life?
Or forever.
2 generations, maybe, for your children? I don't know, but think about it, because whatever you do, I'm pretty sure that neither the supports nor the formats will be the same in 20 years' time. Are you sure that your data has not ever been modified by physical support problems, corruption, or by human intervention? Are you sure that all your pictures are complete, or your holiday pictures are complete, that not a single picture is missing? Or your collections are complete? You can think of the European law that we must keep it complete. So that is a collection that we must be sure that it's complete. So I already gave you a kind of a spoiler of what the preserving is. So in 20 years, there will not be the same physical supports, there will not be the same formats. The only way of doing that is by migrating, and migrating regularly and having plans for migrating. Another question, have you checked your backup devices in the last years? How often do you check them? Do you have different types of formats for the same type of data? Do you have different type of videos for videos? Are you sure that the software or the hosting you are relying to is going to be the same in 5 years? It will not change the price? It will not change the service level? I'm pretty sure it will. Concerning reusing, are you able to find your data, your social media data, or you rely on third companies in order to do that, and those companies can decide whether to find that data or not? Because their business is not in helping you, but in making money. Remember, always remember that. And that, the last one, I believe, is the key question that I learned some years ago. The key question for everything is imagining that you will not be there and your team will not be there in 10 years' time. Will the new team be able to use your data or that data with the descriptions, with the metadata that you can provide them today? If the answer is whatever, similar to not sure or no, then that's, in my opinion, the definition of good metadata. You have good metadata when you can answer yes to this. And it's a very difficult answer, because even if you think you have the best metadata according to standards or whatever, if it is not usable, if it does not make usable the information, reusable the information, then probably it's not worth it. The last part is about trusting, which is mainly about auditing. So do you have a legal mandate? Do you need to audit your data, your business, your model, your data? Then you have, basically what you need to provide is evidence of what you have. And for example, a moment ago I asked if you have checked your backup devices in the last years. Okay, you have checked. Do you have evidence that you checked? Because auditing is all about providing evidence. So whenever you check, you should fill some, I don't know, spreadsheet telling, I checked this, these are the results, and attach them. You see? You always have to provide evidences. Are you sure that no one accessed your data without any authorization? Or if it was modified, that it was all logged and traced? Can you provide evidence on that? So today, what eArchiving can help you with is with all of this. Remember, eArchiving is not the perfect solution. Not a single software, not a single model is perfect for any problem that you have. eArchiving is a whole thing, it's a whole model, it's a whole mindset if you want. So there is software, there are standards, there are events, and there is support. But altogether does not even reach the digital preservation. The digital preservation is a whole, it's a mindset. During the rest of the day, my colleagues, the wonderful speakers that we have, will be presenting you these aspects, these parts of eArchiving. And so I will not explain them here. The only thing that I would like to express is that everything that you see there and that they are going to present today is for free. The cost is 0. So you can use it for free. As a citizen, as a company, as an institution, as whatever you want. These are proved. They are being used by national archives, by financial institutions, by the Publications Office of the European Union, and whoever can take it over. Even citizens, personal archives. So what can you do in order to start using e-archiving? Well, you can join the specification, definition, discussion, development, use it, use the services, get the support, get some support for helping you starting, or just talk about e-archiving to your colleagues, to internet. That's it. So there is a hashtag e-archiving. There is also a LinkedIn group. There are, you look for E-ARK, which is the standard E-ARK with a key. So E-A-R-K, R key. And that's it. You can already start using it. That's it. Do you have any questions? Yeah, please put the red button.
So what would we have to do as a first step to use the e-archiving services, to get in touch with your services?
I would like that would very much depend on what you are looking for. So if you have nothing, I guess you have already an archive or a digital archive that you want to adapt. Then you can have a look at the specifications. You can download the software and start using it. There is sample software that you can reuse. If you are not sure what of those options are okay for you, you can even ask in the support website that will be presented later in the next session. There are a number of ways, or just by sending us an email, and yeah, and we will help you with.
Maybe to add?
Yeah, please.
Typically what we do is if you get in touch with us, what we do is to organize a meeting with you to understand exactly what you need, and then we see from there. If you were quite advanced, then we will get in touch with the subject matter experts that know the content, and then we'll see how they can help you. If it's a more early phase, we'll work, but it all depends on your situation. So the first step typically is to organize a meeting with you, and then we go from there. So yeah, just get in touch with us, and we will help you.
Any more questions?
I'm sorry, we're talking about services, but I'm not sure what kind of services are you offering. I mean, is it a software, open source software? Is it a special service where I can upload the data in certain conditions? Is it secure? Under what conditions do you do? Do you preserve the data indefinitely? What are the whole package that you're offering? Because in order to choose, I need to understand them. Thanks.
The services are there, and they are also in CEF Digital, in the website of the CEF Digital. The software is all open source, and its definition is still in CEF Digital. You were also asking about the long-term preservation. And as I said, there is no way that you can preserve for a very long term, I mean over 10 years, if you choose just one support, just one format, even if it is the perfect format today or the perfect format for tomorrow, that will not last. The only way of preserving is, as I said before, by migrating. And that is a mindset. There is no help on that. So there is an investment to be done. I mean, probably a human resource investment, because there is work to do there, to be done there. But the only way to preserve on the long term is really by migrating every few years. That is a best practice. The 5 to 10 years, not always achievable, not always possible, but that's it. And the services are there, and they are all in CEF Digital.
Okay.